So here we are, stranded in the great American wild with nothing but our wits to guide us. Will humanity prevail, or will we grow ravenous and resort to eating the flesh of the deceased like I saw in that one plane crash movie?
Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today we're going to review The Quarry. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm going to jump right into this. I got through this game in 7 hours and 20 minutes. I have played every one of these games that Supermassive has made except for Little Hope. That is the only one that I have not played. I'm a big fan of what Supermassive does. I like these games. I think they're fun. They're not too hard. They're kind of just laid back. You can sit back, have an interactive movie experience, and yeah, they're pretty fun. Like, they are usually extremely high quality when it comes to the acting, the voice acting. Ever since they moved from the Decima engine back on Until Dawn to the Unreal Engine, this is probably the best Unreal Engine experience that I've had from them. There are some minor bugs. It's like all of the women's hair is just kind of like just starts weirding out. Like, just it's a visual bug that hopefully they can get it fixed. It does kind of suck. I mean, it does kind of break the immersion when you're playing through this. So I have a confession to make when it comes to this game. The reason why this review is so long, so late, is because I was pretty annoyed with the first 4 chapters. I was like, oh my gosh, the way this is going, I have no desire to keep going, because, man, it's so woke in those first 4 chapters. It was just getting annoying. They were just doing the wokeness too much for me, and I literally I recorded a whole review for this. I recorded a whole review up to chapter 4, and I was like, yeah, I'm just done with it. I'm not going to finish playing it. And then I thought, I was like, you know what, man? There's a lot of people out there that have played Supermassive games. They're going to want to know as much about this as possible. And if I'm going to have a YouTube channel and I'm going to review games, then I have to play them all the way through and do a complete review of it. So I decided to man up and finish playing through the game, and I'm glad I did, because Supermassive pulled it off for me in the end. From chapter 5 forward, it was a much better experience. There was still some woke moments in it, but I mean, pretty much all of those you have a choice. You have a choice in most of them to kind of just ignore the woke response and go with a different response. So that's pretty cool. Well, I don't know if the other response, yeah, for the most part. And so when I started choosing different things, it started changing how it was playing. I didn't get any emotional attachment to these characters. Maybe just a couple, Laura and the sheriff dude and Ryan. Those are the only 3 characters that I can name that I actually cared about. Oh, and Caitlin, she was pretty cool too. So there's those 4 characters. The rest of them, oh no, not Abby. I don't remember her name. I don't remember her. It just moved so fast. Like, I just forgot her name. Yeah, I mean, she was cool. She was a pretty good character too. But I didn't get so emotionally attached to any of these characters that, like, if something were to happen to them, I wouldn't have cared. You know what I mean? I was just like, oh well. But so here's the thing, man. Like, Unreal. Okay, so my favorite Supermassive game is still Until Dawn. This would be a close second after chapter 4. After chapter 4 forward, it's a much better experience it really turns around, and it really just starts coming home. I guess you could say those first 4 chapters are pretty much like character building, and the way they build these characters, it's like, gosh, they're like most of them are so annoying that it's like, dude, I don't care what happens to these people. I don't care. And it's like, oh man. But then after that, it gets a lot better. And I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, some people might have a problem with the whole wokeness. Whatever. And it's not subtle. It's not subtle. It's like kind of in your face. Like, well, no. I mean, yeah, it is kind of in your face, and it's more of like the demasculine, the demasculine and the demasculination of the men in this game, and then the portrayal of, like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, women are smartasses all the time. You know what I mean? Like, they are. So I mean, like, that kind of fits a little bit, but it's like one saying, you know, it's like a dude asking, like, telling a girl, "Hey, wait for me, don't go," and she's like, "Excuse me." It's like things like that, and it's like, I don't know why that kind of stuff bugs me. It's just like, it's like, dude, like, the dude, your boyfriend, he just wants you to wait, and like, because as a man, I know that, like, when I say that to my wife, like, "Hey, no, hold on a minute," I'm not telling her like she's a little freaking kid. I'm not telling her like she's a kid or something. I'm saying, "Hey, man, I want to go with you. You know, I want to be there. You know, in case something happens. You know, I want to be there to protect you. You know, or you know, and because it's just, you know, that's just kind of like how I feel a real man would respond in a situation like that. So." And it's like throw it back in your face, and it's like, all right, fine, then build your own house, open your own door, do whatever you got to do, power woman, and it's like that kind of stuff that it's like, it's kind of annoying. It really is annoying that they stuff that kind of stuff into everything, and then they try to demasculine the men in the game and make them like they're just weak and dumb, and they don't know what they're doing, and they're too stupid to know anything. And I mean, I guess you could kind of go with, like, that's just like the whole teen thing as a whole, like, whatever, like, I mean, that's kind of the way I had to start looking at it, for me to just be like, all right, whatever, these guys are idiots anyway, so we'll just get through this. And that's how I had to change my mindset. But I'm telling you, game developers in Hollywood, like, people my age, we're just, it's not that we're offended by it or we have a problem with it. It's just annoying. It's super annoying. It's so dumb that like, it's really dumb, and it really distracts from the whole purpose of the game. You know, like do people really talk to people like that nowadays? Is that really how it goes down? I mean, is that something that I don't know. I mean, if like, I don't know. I don't hear that. I don't hear that in the real world ever. I never hear that in the real world. So when I hear that in a video game, I'm just looking at it, I'm like, seriously, this is how women respond to men these days, or this is how they treat them, and this is how men act. I mean, like, I just don't see it. So I mean, like, why are we putting this stuff in there? And I don't know. Like I said, I've already spent too much time babbling on about that. It's just annoying. I've said my piece on it. Supermassive, in your next game, please try to be a little bit, you know, like, come on, dialogue that actually matters, that's actually going to move the story forward and make things better, instead of just, yeah, it would be a lot cooler if that was the case. When it comes to story, I think the story was great. I think it was great. It made sense. It worked. It was pretty original. It felt like it fit. There was plenty of clues and plenty of lore in there to find to help piece things together. It felt really good. It fit together pretty good that way. Like I said, you know, with the characters, most of them are annoying, so I didn't even really care about them that much. And then visuals and sound design. Sound design is freaking great. The sound design on this game was so good. I was like, wow, this is incredible with Dolby Atmos. Really incredible. And visuals. So this game here, if you have a Dolby Vision TV, preferably an OLED, if you have it the Dolby Vision enabled, it is incredible. It looks incredible. Like it looks good the whole time. I was like, wow, this looks really really good. So I'm thinking, because I did, when I record my video, I can't get Dolby Vision, and like you can tell a difference on this game too. Like it looks freaking incredible. So when you're playing through here, if you have Dolby Vision, go ahead and flick that on. It does add to the atmosphere. It makes it look a lot better. Just detail looks so much better with that Dolby Vision enabled. Like I said, the story took me about 7 hours 20 minutes. We were billed as 12 hours for this game, so one complete playthrough, and that was me kind of dawdling around, you know, for the first 2 hours of the game, like getting video coverage and doing a bunch of stuff like that. So yeah, 7 hours and 20 minutes for $70. Sure, you might play through this again, but let's be honest. The chances of you playing through this a second time, maybe even a third time, I don't know. I mean, like I said, them first 4 chapters were so annoying. I don't know if I would want to go through all those again myself. I mean, after you beat it, you do get a chapter selection thing, so I guess maybe I could go back through, start at different chapters and see if I could change the outcome. But you really can't do that on these. You could just play through a chapter again and maybe try something different. But I don't know. I don't know if it's worth your $70. I personally can't recommend paying $70 for this. I would wait for a half off sale, or maybe $49.99. It does look good on both Series X and Series S. On Series S, you can, in fact, play this on a 4K TV, and it does hold up pretty well. It like the shadows may be a little bit different, maybe a little bit different textures, but for the most part, it holds up really good on a 4K TV. So that's good. It looks even better when you're playing it on a 1440p monitor on the Series S. I mean, overall, I really want to be able to recommend being able to buy this game at full price. But gosh, I don't. I mean, if you're somebody like me and you're really into these, then yeah, you'll probably be okay with that price. I mean, like the visuals are incredible. Like the visuals are incredible. There are some janky face movement things and some eye things going on, but for the most part, like every time it breaks your immersion, and sometimes it looks really, really incredible. Sometimes it breaks your immersion and you're like, ooh boy. But it is a pretty quick snapback when something like that happens. For the most part, it really, yeah, I don't know. For the casual gamer, I can't recommend spending $70 for this. For somebody that's only got $70 for the next, few months to buy a game, like I don't know if I can recommend this game being for you. There are multiple outcomes. There are a lot of stuff that I could have chose differently, and I'd say my playthrough, I got half and half. Probably half of my people survived, the other half didn't. So I mean, like there's plenty of stuff, plenty of things that I could find. I mean, it wasn't like a 100% thorough playthrough. I mean, clearly you can't get every single thing on one playthrough. You do have to play through it multiple times. 7 hours, I'm pretty sure I could get through it again in 5 hours, maybe even less. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if $70 is worth the price for this, but it is pretty dang good. It is good. I feel like if you did pay full price for it and they had like the visual glitches fixed and stuff like that, I feel like you would be able to. I feel like it'd be pretty easy to justify, spending that $70. You'd be like, yeah, you know what, it looked great, it was fine, it was fun. I think you could easily justify it and not feel guilty about spending $70 on it, but I don't know, man. It just seems like $70 is a lot of money to pay for something like this these days. I mean, it does have like Hollywood level freaking visuals, especially like chapter 6 and 7, and oh my gosh, whoa, it looks incredible. Yes, if you've got the extra disposable income and you want to play this game, definitely go ahead and pick it up. I'm okay with that. Like you spend the money if you've got money. If you're like really sitting on the fence about this game, if you're sitting on the fence after watching my video review of this, go ahead and wait until it goes on sale, man. Like, you're gonna get a good game. It'll be fixed. It'll get patched. Things will be running better. And you'll save some money, and you'll still get to experience this at a better level than I get to experience than I got to experience it right now. So, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Your subscription really helps me to be able to do this and to be able to keep going. So yeah, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one.